In this program, I'm going to describe in depth each of the 4 disc styles. Our first disc style is the D style. Whether it's a family crisis, a corporate takeover, or just figuring out how to split a restaurant tab, it makes no difference. Ds dive in head first, as if they alone have the answer. We all know Ds, and we admire them, even as we cringe. Awesome at their best, insensitive at their worst, they are the dominant driving people we often think of as natural leaders. They're not shy, or in most cases, they're not modest. They often make good football coaches, army generals, dictators, challenge-oriented and decisive. They're propelled by an inner need to be in charge. The key to a good life for them is achieving, overcoming obstacles, and accomplishing things. Now, here's 2 actors describing their D behavior only as a D style can.
I am driven by an inner need to be in charge. I focus on achieving, overcoming obstacles, and accomplishing things.
Because I feel so strongly about winning, I'm not afraid to challenge people or rules which seem to stand in my way.
I'm independent and very competitive. I demand and get results. I'm more interested in meeting my goals than pleasing people. Down deep, I know I could get better, faster results if only I could get people out of the way.
Others are impressed by my energy level, decisiveness, and ability to quickly figure out what needs to be done, and then just do it.
Just tell me what the goal is, what my options are, and what the bottom line is.
I like change, and I initiate it. I'm not afraid of risk. I tend to work quickly by myself, juggling multiple tasks. I'm very much into gadgets that promote efficiency.
I'm frequently frustrated when others aren't as able or motivated as I am, and I'm not good at hiding that frustration. I sometimes take myself too seriously and can benefit from gentle reminders to laugh at myself or to slow down and take time to smell the flowers.
I'm not into praise. About the only time you'll hear me say, "well done," is when I'm ordering a steak.
So what excites Ds? Action. Because they feel so strongly about winning and overcoming obstacles, they're not afraid to challenge the people or rules who seem to stand in their way. They're often highly territorial. Control and endurance are their favorite negotiating tools, and one-upmanship can become a lifelong hobby. Sometimes they're more interested in meeting their goals than in pleasing people. What's a D's greatest asset? They can out-accomplish just about anybody. D's are the people who are often enviously described this way: he makes things happen, or she definitely gets things done. The D's can move mountains. Others are in awe of their vitality, their decisiveness, and their ability to quickly figure out what needs to be done, and then they do it. They're able to focus intently and are very task-oriented. D's truly enjoy change, and compared to the other 3 styles, they are the most likely style to initiate change. They're not afraid of risk. They work quickly and impressively by themselves, juggling multiple tasks. They love to work hard. They often thrive on crises and controversies. They like to display their killer instinct and beat long odds. Our next style is the I style. The I's motto might be, "Let me entertain you." If D's are in an endless quest for new peaks, I's are always in search of a good time and a good audience. I's are chatty, expressive, fun-loving optimists. They like to ride the crest of ideas, causes, or projects that come like waves one after another. Each wave may not last long, but it can be a great ride, especially if the beachgoers cheer. I's love people and thrive on being where the action is. Long on ideas, but short on follow-through, I's lead by dealing with others in an upbeat way. They're fast-paced, energetic, and outgoing. The I's innate belief is, If I can show you that I like you, you'll follow me. They may do well in public relations or as salespeople, entertainers, or say even cruise ship social directors. The key to a good life for an I style is building a network of friends and admirers who will appreciate their flair for fun and creativity. Here are two actors describing their I behavior only as an I style can.
I love people and thrive on being where the action is. I like building a network of friends and admirers who will appreciate my flair for fun and creativity.
I'm enthusiastic, playful, and persuasive, and I show my feelings openly and frequently. I'm very expressive. In fact, between us, it's been said that I sometimes say too much and to the wrong people.
I've been told that sometimes I display a short attention span, especially when I'm stressed out. I tend to speak before thinking, but hey, I can't help it. I know no strangers. I will brainstorm with virtually anyone I meet.
I seek admiration and acceptance, but I'm also highly intuitive. I come up with lots of ideas, some practical, some not, and I judge those ideas by whether they feel right. Then I seek results by persuading others to get on the bandwagon.
I am easily bored. I love new ideas, but I hate the routine of putting them into practice. So I often start projects and then look to someone else to finish them. Or I'll get so many projects started at once that I face impossible deadlines, and I may procrastinate a lot because dealing with a lot of details just isn't very exciting.
I like being spontaneous. I see myself as a big picture person and prefer to avoid lots of specifics. Planning, follow-through aren't very fun enough to be high priorities.
Our third style is the S style, the steady relator. For the S, it's not whether you win or lose, it's how many friends you have. Friendly and personable, they operate at a slow, steady pace and seldom show emotional peaks or valleys. These easygoing people are comfortable as teachers, counselors, clergy, and in customer service roles. The key to the good life for them is being a long-time member of an ongoing team which proceeds slowly and methodically. Here are two actors describing their S behavior, again, only as an S style can.
Would you like to start?
No, you go ahead.
Are you sure?
Yes, you've really put a great deal of thought into this.
Thanks. Okay. I could be described as easygoing, sensitive, low-key, friendly, and personable. I operate at a slow, steady pace and seldom show emotional peaks or valleys.
I want stable relationships which don't put anyone on the spot, especially myself. I like to deal with a close group of confidants.
I have a strong need to belong. I'm a pleasant, cooperative team player. I'm inherently modest. I feel that actions speak louder than words.
Being a good listener, I always find time for friends.
I'm a dependable employee, quietly going along with others, even if I disagree. Conflicts or aggressive behavior is a turnoff to me.
I accept people as they are, and I care deeply about feelings, yours and mine. But not being as assertive as other styles, I'm less likely to speak up about those feelings.
Often initially reluctant about new projects or change in general, I need to be convinced that the opportunity outweighs the risk.
Yes, and if the need for change is finally proven, I'd like to see a plan before I start. Once committed, though, I'm like a bulldog, persistent, hardworking, and loyal.
What excites the S style? Productive routine. More than the other three types, S's yearn for tranquility and stability. They have already made their lives one big decision to try to avoid making many big decisions. They prefer to walk solidly down the middle of the road. Now, S's are pleasant, cooperative team players. They have a strong need to belong. You're likely to see lots of family or work-related photos on their desk. Nearby walls may be plastered with cartoons or bumper stickers or sports logos. S's make changes slowly and only after much thought about the effects on others. Being good listeners, S's always find time for friends. Being dependable employees, they quietly do what they're told, even if they disagree. They pride themselves on being realistic. One S that I know still plays tennis with the boss who fired him. Rocking the boat or aggressive behavior of any kind is a turnoff. But S's probably won't articulate that either because they're so mild-mannered. Their greatest strength, they're easy to get along with. S's have relaxed dispositions. They accept people as they are. They care deeply about feelings, yours and theirs. But not being as assertive as the I, the S is less likely to speak about those feelings. S's are steady and competent employees. They're not flashy. They're much better at detail and follow-through than I's are, and much more tolerable than D's. In fact, they often get promoted because they have so few enemies. The S style is inherently modest. Unlike the I or the D styles, he or she views actions as speaking much louder than words. Be ready is their catchphrase, and proven procedures are their gospel. Their greatest failing? Timidity. S's are in love with routine. Because they're often initially reluctant about new projects or even change in general, they must be convinced that the opportunity outweighs the risk. They detest conflict. They're easy marks for door-to-door solicitors or bosses seeking volunteers for undesirable duty. Unassertive and sensitive, they may go along with others even if they don't agree. Or they may settle for present conditions even if change is clearly needed. The fourth and last disc style is the C style. The C's motto is, I'd rather be right than quick. Now, C's probably liked doing term papers in school. They're serious, analytical people with long-range goals. They cherish efficiency. They love logic. They adore accuracy. C's are the most cerebral of the four types. Like the D's, they generally prefer tasks over people. But unlike the D's, C's are patient, cautious, and thorough, and sometimes to a fault. After this introduction to the four disc styles, you probably know which one is most like you, and that is important. Did you recognize other people you know? Did you recognize other types who kind of rub you the wrong way? Did you recognize other types whom you respect and like, even though they have a different style than your style? Well, hold those thoughts, because when we continue with the next program, we're going to explore adaptability, and that is how to treat people the way they want and need to be treated. But before that program, let's do a little workbook exercise. I'd like you to go to your disc workbook and turn to the boardroom vignette. And here you will find a group meeting in a boardroom and talking to each other. Read the content of that boardroom vignette, and then, just based on what you read, try to decide who is which style. I'll see you in the next program.